A presentation in George Berkely. George Berkely was born in 1685 and died in 1753. George Berkely is an Anglo-Irish Anglican bishop and was known as one of the great philosophers of the modern era. He was born at Dysart Castle, Kilkenny, Ireland on March 12, 1685. He was educated at Kilkenny College and attended Trinity College, Dublin, where he was elected a scholar in 1702, earning a bachelor's degree in 1704 and completing a master's degree in 1707. He is regarded as one of the three most influential British empiricists along with John Locke and David Hume. Berkely was regarded as one of the most influential British empiricists along with Locke and Hume. Berkely is known for his empiricist philosophy, meaning all knowledge is based on experience derived from the senses. But Berkely was also known for his idealistic philosophy, which is the belief that everything that exists depends upon the mind for its existence and that reality consists of whatsoever is perceived by the senses, such as the trees, houses, mountains, and etc. Berkely was the major contributor to the theory subjective idealism that claims that the only thing that exists are the minds and contents perceived by the minds. The theory was also associated with immaterialism, which is the assumption that material things do not exist. He believed that all physical objects exist because they are perceived to be in the minds of the individuals, and that he felt that perception could be the actual perception of an entity that an individual has, or the possible perception if the individual perceived something in a particular manner. As a metaphysicist, Berkely criticized the idea of materialism and moved his focus on the study of the relationship between mind and matter, nature of reality, fact and value, and etc. Esse percipi is a Latin translation which means is to be perceived. This notion, which is tied with immaterialism, holds that ideas only exist in the mind and do not correspond to some external entity, which means that all of reality are just mental ideas that we perceive. The reason why Berkely believed in this theory because he rejected the direct realism approach and uses John Locke's primary and secondary quality distribution to support his rejection to this theory. He also argued against John Locke's indirect realism, which he used the likeness principle to support his argument. Berkely argued that whether a person believed in an external world or not, and that an individual is aware that they can only perceive their own ideas of reality and not the perception of reality directly. It is Berkeley's ultimate rejection of matter and advocacy to reality solely in our minds. Berkely argues that the very existence of reality is in fact unbelievable or not able to grasp it mentally. Berkely argues that God creates the law of nature for the mind to perceive. God keeps an individual's mental reality in the state of regularity, and even when there are no minds to perceive something, the mind of God is still there to perceive it. If a tree falls and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound? According to Berkeley's theory, the answer would be yes, because even if no one is there to hear the tree fall, only God can hear it because God is everywhere. He said that what we think we know exists does not actually exist at all. Everything out there is really just a collection of sensations, perceptions, and interpretations, and God turns them into ideas. This philosophy is now known as immaterialism because it's denial that material things exist. Berkely, recognizing the possible theological loopholes in his theory, argued that if he or another person saw a table, for example, then that table existed. However, if no one saw the table, then it could only continue to exist if it was an infinite mind that perceives all, God. He further argued that it is God who causes us to experience physical objects by directly willing us to experience matter.